Surprise, surprise. Whoa. Yeah, there was a little lag there. Oh, fucker. You know what would be cool, and it's a shame no one has done it? So strong and handsome. That's Super Joe's thing. I don't want to move into his territory. I always found this a little creepy because it's this old man that's staring at you, bobbing his head back and forth. But anyway, what I was saying before, I find it's a little disappointing that as far as I know, no one's ever modified this game to actually make... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's probably very hard to do so. It's certainly not easy, but... I'm surprised no one's modified this game to actually make a dungeon for the Temple of Time. Because from what I remember reading, it was intended that the Temple of Time was supposed to be a dungeon. But due to time constraints, they cut it out. I mean, technically Majora's Mask was supposed to be an expansion to this game. But they made it its own game because they got rid of the whole idea of the 64 disk drive. This was supposed to be the game to promote the 64-bit disk drive. But that ended up not happening. And if you don't know what that is, think of the 32X for the Genesis. That's essentially what the disk drive would have done. Or, no, actually, think of Sonic and Knuckles. You know how with, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles? Like, they're two separate games and you can play them separately? But Sonic and Knuckles had this thing that opened up that you could actually put Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on top of, and then you could play... Then it basically becomes its own game. It combines the two levels... It combines the levels of both of the games, and you play them as if it were one game. There's also supposed to be a Wind Temple, and yeah, I know that too. I forgot that the Wind Temple was supposed to be a dungeon, and they never actually put that in. But I do remember hearing that the Ice Cavern was actually supposed to be the Water Temple. Or at least I don't know if the Water Temple was supposed to be its own thing, or if it was supposed to be the Ice Temple. And then they ended up... I forget exactly what I read. I don't know if the Ice Cavern was supposed to be its separate dungeon from the Water Temple, or if they were developing it, didn't want the whole temple to be ice, so they just made it what they finished as a mini dungeon, and then made it the Water Temple. I don't know. I kind of forget. Shrugs. Yeah, exactly. I think the Triforce at this point will forever be remembered. Like, they could stop developing Zelda games, and I think people will still... People, like, our age, like, when we're 80 years old, we'll still remember where it came from. Even if Nintendo went under and we had no more Zelda games. Or if they completely threw out the idea of the Triforce, which I don't think they would ever do. I certainly like that they're trying to do different things with the Zelda series, but it still feels too samey for me to really keep up with Nintendo. Like, I kind of stopped caring after the Wii. Because I realized it was just the same thing with, like, few alterations over and over again. As far as story goes, and as gameplay, they always try to keep fresh, but it just felt redundant after a while. That's why I kind of stopped keeping up. And I mean, people still love Nintendo, and they still love a lot of what they do, and I can certainly understand that. But it's not exactly... Like, it's not exactly something that I would pay $50 on a new console for. I would wait until a lot of that shit goes down in price, and then I would feel it would be more worth my money. I think if anything, if Nintendo were to ever go under and become a third party like Sega did after the Dreamcast, they would probably give a lot of their shit to Sony because they're... And the only reason why I think that would be the case is because Sony is a Japanese company, and Nintendo would probably trust them more because they're familiar over Microsoft. But that's purely speculation, and as far as I know, if that situation ever arose, I could be completely wrong. But that seems like the most logical explanation to that. Oh, what a surprise! Even I saw this coming. Although you do notice, she has blue eyes now instead of pink. She has enough power to actually change the color of her pupils, her eyes. Whatever the hell the actual color looks like. She's also blonde in this. It's weird. They made Link from brown to blonde. And in Twilight Princess, she's a brunette. I mean, in Wind Waker, she's a blonde as well. But it's so odd that they just changed their hair color like that. I think in Skyward Sword, she was a brunette as well. I don't know if there's any particular reason why they do that either. Now, I don't think Nintendo would ever go under. Not anytime soon, at least. But is there a possibility that they could, in comparison to Sony and Microsoft? I think if any of those three major hardware makers were to go under, Nintendo is the most likely candidate. But whether or not that would happen anytime soon, I don't think so. But a lot of their them being very unfriendly with YouTube videos is not exactly doing them any favors. Because Sony and Microsoft already realized we're not losing any money by people making ad revenue off of gameplay videos of our games. And if we were to actually claim copyright infringement for them doing so, it would actually hurt our public relations with our consumers. So both Sony and Microsoft made policies to allow people to make ad revenue off of gameplay videos of games that are on their consoles. And most developers have a policy, and publishers have a policy in place for this as well. Because they realize that it never hurts them at all. Some of them have been taking down videos that show gameplay glitches. I think Ubisoft had done that. And I think they've stopped, because I don't hear about it anymore. I'm just talking about, like, while this is going on. I'm just talking about, like, business practices that Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft has. How Nintendo, in comparison to their competition, is actually has been very unfriendly to the consumer, when Sony and Microsoft took a much better approach to that. They realized that making ad revenue off of gameplay videos doesn't hurt Microsoft's and Sony's bottom line, and in effect, it only helps them because it's advertising that they don't have to pay for. And that was the much better approach to how Nintendo's handling themselves. It's not that Nintendo's wrong in doing so from a business stance, but for consumer relations, it's a bad decision. And it's Nintendo of Japan that's the problem. It's not necessarily Nintendo of America. I could never take Ganondorf's laugh seriously because he sounds so much like Pee Wee Herman when he laughs. Like Pee Wee Herman if you changed his laugh down a notch. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Nowhere. You have a good night. Definitely not going to get very far. I have about an hour left. I don't know, I could finish this tonight. I don't know what I'll play tomorrow, though. We'll see. It depends on how long this takes me. You can actually visit this area early if you want. There's no real reason to, though. Because you can't do anything here other than watch that cutscene. Not this one either, the one where you first enter. Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah, there's speedrunners that have finished this game in, I keep saying 10, but I think it's actually 18. Like, you can glitch the first boss, and, you can apparently do this without tassing it, either. you can actually do that glitch on the first boss where it will teleport you to the very end of the game. You actually beat the game as Childlink, too. It's like really awkward when Zelda talks to you. Ow. Oh, come on. There we are. This is probably the fastest that I've ever beaten it. I'm not speedrunning this, I'm just, this was intended to be a Throwback Thursday kind of thing where I would play this every Thursday. And typically that would... I actually miss the ice arrows. Not that they're really needed. Doesn't teleport you to the end of the game. It overflows the buffer that contains the destination of the next cutscene location. Yeah, if you want to get into specifics, that's most likely what it does. Or that's definitely what it does. Like, I've watched... You can actually do these in any order that you want, except you need the golden gloves for those. To get into that one. Not for that one, though. You don't have to do these in order. I actually don't remember which one to get the golden gloves in. Oh yeah, and welcome, King Frederick. I forgot to welcome you to the stream. Yeah, another thing that I missed in the Fire Temple. It's interesting that in the forest portion of Ganon's Tower that you actually need the hover boots for this. How do I get this one? I forget. Oh wait, never mind, now I know. Has to be that one. I'm gonna wait until that starts up again. Actually, I'll get this one. Or not. Maybe I just missed it when I went up there earlier. Oh, you know what? I think I have to do it this way so I get more momentum. Actually, no, she just did a... I know what I have to do. Because I saw what Navi just did. She gave me a hint. The bomb hover probably works too, but... I'm not skilled enough to actually do that. Oh shit. And now I have to get them all again. Oh, I'm an idiot. God damn it, I need momentum. Oh wait, you know what? I think I'm actually doing it wrong. Maybe I have to do it this way? No. I'm doing something wrong. I already know that I am. I don't ever remember it being this difficult to come to do before. Trying to code C while watching a stream on the same screen is hard. I have to keep flipping back and forth. Oh, I could try something else actually. Maybe it has something to do with that switch. Yeah, it did. I'm an idiot. I was overanalyzing it. Oh god. There we go. This way. And this is where the light arrows come in. And I hate it when it just stuns it. Wait, do I even need to worry about that? Yeah, I do, because it's right in the middle of it. Nah, I tried to, because I have a, I have an N64 controller, like, adapter for my computer. But the only N64 controller that I I have a few of them, but most of them are like buried under a bunch of shit. So the only one that I actually had access to, the analog stick was broken on it. All I could do with Link was walk. So I'm actually using an Xbox One controller for this. It works really well. Yeah, I'm emulating. I do own a copy of this game, and this is the actual version of the game that I own, too. I'm not using save states. I had to do it this way because I don't have the ability to stream this through a console. I mean, my old console works. I just don't have any way to actually stream it. Because all I have is the Elgato capture card. And that will only stream games in HDMI or component at the very most. And it's really only designed for, like, PS3 and 360 on up. Is there a reason she's doing that? You just... No, that didn't do anything. I just wanted to see if there was, like, something extra I could get there. This one you need to use a bomb chew for. Oh yeah. I have 3 fairies already, so not that it's really needed. Alright, I have to make sure that I am centered. There we go. I actually thought it was a little off. I think this actually gives me bomb chews. Yep. Holy shit, that gave me 20. I might need that.
Your will is no longer your own.
Thanks for following, King Frederick. I appreciate it. Ah! I have no idea which one this actually is. I don't think there's any way you can actually tell, you just have to kind of guess. I don't see any discolorations or anything. I think it might be this one. Oh. Oh. I was afraid that one was going to spawn, little ones. Oh. Actually, a little surprised it doesn't. There we go, that one worked. Niku nut, something that I didn't need at all. How thoughtful. Oops. Oh, that one was the spirit one. I thought that was a light one. Well, it is orange instead of yellow. Oh, that was where I entered. That one I can't get yet. Well, I had a guide when I first played this, so it told you to use the light arrows. I've actually been playing this one without using a guide. The only exception is when I couldn't figure out what to do when I first entered Zora's domain. Then I realized how obvious it was. Oh yeah, this is where you can tell that they were originally intending the water temple to be an ice temple. Because I guess they already had this finished before they actually decided to make it the water temple. Because this is an ice area, not a water area. Ow. Ah, shit. I actually have to... You actually need blue fire for this. Ow. Fairly certain it's written in MIPS assembly, not compiled. Forget if you need that for the next part, too. Whoa! Ow. I got a heart. Oh yeah. Crap. You have to figure that out in a certain amount of time. actually pretty easy to figure out. That goes in there. This goes up here, which... Now I have to do it over again because I need blue fire. MIPS. Yeah, I just actually spelled it out. I guess you could also call it MIPS for short. Oh, that helps me. I think I'll probably come back in here and get it. Hard to make computer jokes and talks if no one knows what you're talking about. I don't know, you can talk about as much as you want. I probably won't understand it, but I'm nothing if not curious. I like hearing about technical aspects. If you don't mind hearing a bunch of questions I want to ask. Can't pull this back, can I? I have to actually enter and leave again, I believe. Right? Oh, no, I don't have to. I'm an idiot. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time tonight to actually beat Ganon. So I may save that for tomorrow. The Legend of Zelda portion for tomorrow is probably gonna be a very short stream too. But I'll think of something else to do. If not killing floor 2, probably play a few rounds of that again, then maybe something else. TF2, whatever. I got backups just in case. What am I doing? Where? Let's do the fire one next. Whoops. I actually remember 3 minutes ago how the 18-minute game glitch actually worked. When you enter the portal, a timer stops. Takes the number of the room plus the time it took for the cutscene to end to get the offset for where you should go next. By letting you not let the thing teleport you, you can let more time be added, and it ends up being Ganon's castle. I don't have a 3DS, although I think there's an emulator for it. I'm not gonna play Majora's Mask like right after this. I'm actually, with my streams, like, I'm a variety streamer, so I play, like... This is actually part of a Throwback Thursday, like, special that I do every Thursday. Where I play games from, like... Or I play, like, retro games that I enjoyed from my past. And typically they're only supposed to be, like, one stream. But I enjoyed this game so much where I felt like playing it over again. And I was doing it consistently every Thursday, but things kind of, like, one thing led to another, like, complications, so I put this off for so long that since I kind of got boned since I was trying to play Life is Strange and that didn't work at all, I finished off Shovel Knight, and I decided to play through the rest of this. I actually haven't played Banjo-Kazooie before, and I do kind of want to, because a lot of people do like that. I think maybe I'll look for I'll look for an emulator for that. Or I'll look for a ROM. Because I do want to play that. But, next month starts my horror month. So I don't want to get into any playthroughs, any new playthroughs tomorrow, because I would only be playing it for a day. And I'm gonna start... Like, October starts midweek, but I'm gonna start at, like, the beginning of that week. And the first game that I'm gonna start with is Resident Evil Remake, the version that they released on Steam. Then I'll do Resident Evil Revelations 2, then Condemned to Bloodshot, they never finished. And then I'll see where I go from there. Oh. If you use the hover boots, it actually won't go. A lot of people actually didn't know about that either. That if you use the hover boots, this platform will not sink. This platform. Saw Ray playing it for like 2 hours once. Outlast. Outlast, I've watched a bunch of streams already, so I cannot do this one because I have to get the golden gauntlets. I just realized. Wait a second. Maybe that's for something else. I don't own Outlast either, so I never really bothered to buy it. But the fact that I've watched playthroughs of it, I don't think it would be as exciting to watch me play it because I won't get surprised by a lot of it. I do have Alien Isolation, though. I want to play that because even though I've watched playthroughs of that, I actually think that would legit get a good few scares out of me because I think that one was done better than Outlast was. I don't know, like Alien Isolation with a lot of its ambience and Outlast has the problem with music where there shouldn't be any, and I feel that's a big problem with it. The music will keep warning me that there's enemies around. And because the music's so loud and so intense, I think that would actually hurt it for someone like me in the long run. Because now the music's telling me someone's around or someone's chasing me. So the suspense is gone. So now I know that I have to run or I know that I have to hide. So I'm not going to get scared. I'm just going to do what the game is trying to tell me to do. With how I saw Alien Isolation presented, the music doesn't interfere at all. It doesn't warn you of things that are going to kill you if you don't get out of the way. You have some triggers like the sound that the alien makes. But other than that, they did a very good job with keeping that intensity going. Not that Outlast is a bad game by any means. They just completely fuck you over, and make you fall in a pit and die. No, yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? Play that new, Until Dawn. I know what you're talking about. I actually want to play that because that game looks very graphically. It's the best looking game that I've ever seen so far. It actually kind of beats Batman, Arkham Knight, in terms of how good that game looks. Forget how I get over there. Let me see something. Oh. I don't think I can do this room yet, actually. I think I need the gloves first. there anything in this room that I can actually, like, hit? Alright. Yeah, I figured as much. I can't get that last one anyway, and I'm pretty sure it's because there's a switch under that. Typically, I don't allow backseat gaming, but that one was fine. I don't have any problems with that. I already kind of knew that I did, The Shadow Temple part. Alright. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have skipped this one. This is a game that I've played before, so I'm actually okay with, like, hints and tips and things like that. There's really no discovery, it's just a matter of remembering what I have to do. You can't technically hit that thing with the hook shot. It's just a pain in the ass. Yeah, but like I said, with a game like this that I've already played before, I don't mind, but if it's a game that I've never played before, and that's typically with how most streamers it's just why. It's the thing with, like, most streamers, they would rather discover something on their own even if it does take 4 hours. And I'm kind of in that same league, but with something like this game that I've played before, I don't have any problems with that. That's my policy. Some streamers won't like it at all. And it's really a matter of who you go to, and I really wish I could have gotten those. I think I have to light that one again. Let me see first. Or, wait, could I actually make it over there with the hover boots? Well, let me try this first. This wouldn't hurt to try first. This one won't disappear. Like, a good example of what I was, like, talking about is, here we go. This is the Golden Gloves, I believe. Is, like, say I was playing Until Dawn for the first time. If someone's telling me, do this and you can save this character, then I wouldn't appreciate that, because I'm trying to discover the game for myself, and I would rather my mistakes be my own than know what I'm doing and have all of the fun spoiled for me, discovering it in the first place. But with a game like this, where I've played it before, me personally, I don't mind if people at least tell me, like, if I ask, like, where do I find this, and people just tell me, because I already knew what to do, it's just that I don't really remember it. Or I have an idea, but I don't exactly know, so I actually don't mind if people say, well, it's here, or I think it's here, or something like that. Some people might still have a problem with that. Just like, you're probably, I don't know if you're new to stream. It seems like you're actually not very new to streams. But some streamers are like that. Some are a little more strict with that. Not so much me. All right, I'm like I'm drawing a blank and like just like thinking about absolutely nothing. There we go. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. I mostly watch programming streams, not Ocarina of Time streams. Yeah, I actually kind of prefer watching streams with a good personality behind it. And then I can discover games that I might like through them. Some people, they just like watching speedrunners practice. Like you like watching Ocarina of Time and programming streams. Everyone has their like own little niche. It's actually kind of cool that there's such a huge variety in that too. Oh! I could have used that one instead. There we go. Finally got some more arrows. Actually a little surprised that there isn't more like niche streams. You do have a few, but I would actually think that you would have more. Like you would have people that would specialize in niches. But the thing is that you can't really get a whole lot of viewers if you focus on niches. You have to actually, if you want to bring in more people, you actually have to play some modern games every so often. More popular ones like this, but even then, I only have like 4 of you guys in my stream right now, which is awesome. But I am going to start streaming like brand new releases. I want to stream Assassin's Creed Syndicate when it comes out. And I'm praying to God that that's a good game. And I'm praying to God that it's not another Unity. I did enjoy the previous Assassin's Creed games I was playing. Wind Waker. I do not have a Wii U. The GameCube has a good emulator though. I can play it through that. I do have the original Wind Waker. So I can probably play the original on it, because the GameCube has a good emulator. Alright. Now, before I go any further, I want to reduce damage that I take in half. Because I'm probably going to screw up on Ganon a few times. What time is it? 9:15. I could probably do this, and then one more room, and then I should call it for the night. Yeah, that's a complaint I always hear about Black Flag. I played through half of that, too. I didn't stream it. I streamed, and I didn't like Assassin's Creed 1 because, I played it when it was new and I kind of got turned off by it, and then I tried playing it again and realized why I didn't like it. Assassin's Creed 2, though, is a lot of fun, and I streamed that. I streamed Brotherhood, I've streamed Revelations, and I just finished 3. Unfortunately, if you wanted to watch any of my highlights, 3 has not been uploading to YouTube properly for some strange reason, and I'm missing a part because either I accidentally deleted it or Twitch deleted it. And I don't know why. But I do know I made a highlight of that one part that's missing. But it's gone now. I'm kind of pissed by that. Because I like archiving my... I didn't mind those parts. That one part that you had to play as Desmond, where you had to avoid the guards, You had to avoid the guards and not be detected, or you would lose the part and you have to start over. That part I didn't like. All of the others, though, were pretty easy. But I do agree that they didn't really think those parts through very well. They didn't want to have... I can understand that they didn't want to have a HUD because you weren't in the Animus, but that made things more difficult than they should have been. The ending was way too hard for me to solve, so I just watched it on YouTube. Oh, if you're talking about that, that extra stuff at the end, I didn't even bother with that, because from what people have told me, all that does is unlock cheats. And I was really only playing it for the main story. I did play some of the side quests, though. Anything that I considered fun and not fluff, I played. So you could see the ending where he dies. But not where Desmond dies. If you're talking about the one where Desmond dies, I did all that. But if Connor dies after doing all that... See, the stuff that I didn't do at the end, like, I watched it all the way to the end, and I know Desmond dies. Assassin's Creed 4 kind of spoils that for you anyway. But then but then when you get done all of that, you watch the ending and the credits roll, you can still play as Connor, and then they give you this, like, extra stuff that you can do with him after you watch those cutscenes. And I didn't bother with that. Oh, another reason why I want to end at 9:30. What time is it now? I'll do one more of those rooms, and then that's it. Alright, just in case, I'm gonna save it. You don't ever see him die. I don't think there's anything after that that hidden puzzle other than you unlock cheats. That's it. That's what everybody's told me anyway. See that part where Desmond dies and that's it. Oh, I didn't do the Fire Temple one yet. Alright, I'll do this one then. AC3 was horribly designed. There were problems with it, and it's a low point in the series. And I kind of think people were very disappointed with the story, too, because of how well Ezio's story was told. Like, even Revelations. Some people were disappointed with Revelations, but it had a lot of mechanics that didn't really work very well in Revelations, and you can definitely tell it was a different design team, development team that did Revelations as opposed to Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 2. But yeah, this is why I couldn't get there before, because this becomes a platform. But for the most part, I still enjoyed Assassin's Creed 3. I gave it a recommended review. Which, I think on one of my days off, that's when I'm gonna actually create my, my blog site so I can start putting my reviews up there. Steam's a very bad place to put reviews if you intend them to be detailed, because they have a word limit. I actually didn't realize that when I first... I'm fairly short until the Assassin's Creed 3 review I did, and I actually had to condense it, because I couldn't fit what I wanted to say. Well, my intention is to make reviews and share them to as many people as possible so I can eventually write for a website. My intention is not really to make my own website. Oh shit. Please tell me I don't have to do that over again. Thank God. I know. My bad. I should have been more clear about that. Yeah, I should end after this one. I don't have that much time. Oh my god, sorry. I don't have that much more time left. I only have one more of those barriers, and then Ganon. So, I'm all done for the night. Tomorrow's stream, this hopefully will only take me another hour at the most. And if I get done, depending on how much time I have left, I'll probably play a little bit of Killing Floor 2. And then next week starts Horror Month, and I'll be beginning that with Resident Evil Remake. So thank you all for coming.